The film opens with a glimpse of a world in decline. Dust storms ravage the land, crops are failing, and people are struggling to survive. Cooper, the protagonist, is a widowed engineer and former NASA pilot who now farms corn with his family. He lives with his father-in-law, Donald, his teenage son, Tom, and his bright, inquisitive daughter, Murph. The world is so dire that humanity is no longer investing in technological advancements, and instead, schools are focused on teaching survival skills. Cooper's daughter Murph believes that there is a ghost in her room that is trying to communicate with her by knocking books off the shelf. Cooper, a man of science, dismisses this as childish fantasy. One day, a mysterious dust pattern forms in Murph's room, and Cooper realizes that it is not random. It's a binary code. The coordinates lead Cooper and Murph to a secret NASA facility, hidden from the public. Here, they meet Professor Brand, who reveals that NASA has been working in secret to find a way to save humanity. According to Professor Brand, a wormhole appeared near Saturn around 50 years ago, and through this wormhole, NASA has sent 12 astronauts to explore potentially habitable planets in another galaxy. NASA's plan to save humanity involves two options, Plan A and Plan B. Plan A involves finding a habitable planet and transporting the Earth's population there, but it requires solving the equations of gravity, something that Professor Brand has been working on for years but hasn't yet cracked. Plan B involves using fertilized human embryos to start a new human colony on a habitable planet, ensuring the survival of the species even if those left on Earth perish. Cooper is recruited to pilot the spacecraft Endurance on a mission to follow up on the three most promising planets that were explored by the earlier astronauts. These planets are located in another galaxy, reachable only through the wormhole near Saturn. Cooper agrees to the mission, but his decision deeply affects Murph, who feels abandoned by her father. Before leaving, Cooper tells her that when he returns, they may be the same age due to the time dilation effects of space travel near black holes. The crew of the Endurance consists of Cooper, Amelia Brand, Professor Brand's daughter, Romilly, a physicist, Doyle, a planetary scientist, and two artificial intelligence robots, Tars and Case. Their first stop is the wormhole near Saturn, and as they approach, they experience a moment of awe as they pass through the event horizon, entering a new galaxy filled with potential. The first planet they visit is Miller's Planet, located near a massive black hole called Gargantua. Because of the planet's proximity to the black hole, time is drastically affected by gravitational time dilation. 1 hour on this planet is equivalent to 7 years on Earth. The crew lands on the planet, which is covered by shallow water, but quickly realizes that it is uninhabitable due to extreme tidal waves caused by the black hole's gravity. As they try to leave, a massive wave hits, killing Doyle and damaging the ship. The delay causes them to lose valuable time, and by the time they escape the planet, 23 years have passed on Earth. Romilly, who stayed aboard the ship, has aged significantly, while Cooper and Amelia have barely aged at all. Back on Earth, Murph grows up angry and resentful of her father's departure. She works with Professor Brand on his gravitational theory, hoping to crack the code and save the people of Earth. However, she eventually discovers that Professor Brand had lied. Plan A was never viable. He had already solved the gravity equation, but realized it was impossible to move the Earth's population off the planet. Plan B was the real plan all along, and he had kept this secret to ensure the mission's continuation. Murph feels betrayed and devastated, but she continues to work on the equations, believing that her father might still help solve the mystery of gravity from space. The next stop for the Endurance is Mann's Planet, named after Dr. Mann, one of the original 12 astronauts sent through the wormhole. Mann had sent promising data back to NASA, suggesting that his planet might be habitable. However, when the crew lands, they find a frozen wasteland. Mann, who had been in cryosleep for years, is awakened, and he reveals that his planet is not suitable for life in a shocking twist. Mann admits that he falsified the data to be rescued because he could not bear the isolation and hopelessness. Desperate to survive, he tries to kill Cooper and hijack the Endurance to carry out Plan B on another planet. A tense struggle ensues, resulting in Mann's death and significant damage to the Endurance. With limited resources, the crew faces a daunting challenge as they head toward their final option, Edmund's Planet. With fuel running low, Cooper and Amelia must make a critical decision. One of them must stay behind to ensure the mission's success. Cooper decides to sacrifice himself, detaching his module and falling into the black hole, Gargantua, while Amelia heads to Edmund's Planet. As Cooper plunges into the black hole, he experiences the unimaginable, a phenomenon known as the Tesseract. Inside the black hole, Cooper finds himself in a 5-dimensional space where time is a physical dimension. He realizes that the ghost, Murph, had been communicating with all along was him. Using gravity, he sends messages to his daughter through the bookshelves in her room, trying to guide her to solve the equation of gravity. He uses the binary code he learned in space to communicate with her through the second hand of a watch he had given her before he left. Cooper understands that he was sent here by beings from the future, possibly evolved humans, who created the Tesseract to ensure humanity's survival. Back on Earth, the adult Murph decodes the message from her father and solves the gravity equation. With this knowledge, humanity is able to escape Earth and establish colonies in space. Cooper's sacrifice and the messages he sent from the black hole were the key to saving the human race. Cooper is eventually rescued from the black hole by a NASA space station orbiting Saturn, where humanity now lives in large, cylindrical space habitats. There, Cooper reunites with an elderly Murph, who is now on her deathbed. Murph tells him that he did what he set out to do. He saved humanity, and urges him to go find Amelia, who is on Edmund's planet preparing to establish the human colony. The film ends with Cooper stealing a spacecraft to head out and reunite with Amelia on Edmund's planet, where humanity's new future lies. Interstellar is not just a film about space exploration. It explores deep philosophical and scientific concepts, including the nature of time, love, and survival.